Hi everybody. Sorry about the last few occasions. I completely forgot about doing this, but I've remembered this morning. So I've got something for you. I think we're on day 14, and Proverbs 10 verses 20 to 21. It says, "The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, but the heart of the wicked is of little value. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but fools die for lack of judgment." Now, the other two verses in this section add to the first two. We've seen that with many words sin is not absent. Now we see the contrast, that the tongue of the righteous is choice silver. I wonder, does that mean few words but good words? Certainly a wise person will think first before speaking, and what he says may well have been learnt in the school of hard knocks. This is somebody who's acquired discipline. He's being corrected, and what he says makes sense, where perhaps there was a time when it didn't. It's easy, isn't it? We've all done it. Blurt out a load of things. But a wise man will learn to say the right things at the right time and nothing more. Discipline indeed, I'm sure we can all agree. And of course his wisdom is acquired, how? Through familiarity with God's word. How different is the heart of the wicked? It is of little value, we read. Why would somebody listen to a fool? What rubbish is mixed up in his heart? Why would you go there? Indeed, why spend any time with a fool? Proverbs 13 verse 20. I don't think we'll get there, but it says, "He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm." Wise words indeed, I'm sure we can all say. I think we need to be clear here. Being a companion of fools doesn't mean we never spend time with them. In the real world, we often don't have the choice. We might work with them, we might live with them, but it means who influences you, who you respect, who you look up to. Perhaps that's where we need to have great care. So choose well who we listen to, what voices we hear, whether is it the culture that influences us. The lips of the righteous nourish many. Now there's a challenge. It's great to nourish people, isn't it? To encourage, to build others up. Let's be people today who use God's words well. Let's be familiar with them. Let's allow them to nourish us. They say familiarity breeds contempt. Well, actually, maybe that can be true sometimes. Probably isn't. But certainly isn't true with God's word. The contrast is quite blunt. Fools die for lack of judgment. We'll be introduced soon enough to the sluggard, but in chapter 19 verse 24 of Proverbs we read that he buries his head in the dish, he will not even bring it back to his mouth. The man is a fool who has opportunity to feast on God's word, to taste and see that the Lord is good, as Psalm 34 tells us, but chooses not to. Do you know, we're so blessed in the English speaking world. We've had God's word in our language for centuries. Commentaries, good preaching, the internet's full of good stuff. It's full of rubbish as well, but good stuff. Yet it's a closed book to so many in our country, in our land, even sadly within the church. His final end is plain to see. Okay folks, I'll try and remember to do another one. Every blessing.